Go ahead.
I'm thinking of three things I've got to keep in mind, but I want you to keep them in mind as well. One, what if Gary Gygax, TSR, and Wizards of the Coast had a point to their cosmology? What if it was relevant and says something that was fairly salient given the pantheosophical view that a lot of different lore has, not the least of which is. Point number two, what if they're the pantheosophical lore, that has the same corollaries, is saying something? It's not just the fact that a lot of people have stuff that sounds similar. They're talking about the same thing, and different things about it are important to them. And three, this might actually be something else. Here's what it comes down to. If we go to Gary Gygax's lore, it starts off with, or at least we go to Dungeons and Dragons. The first cosmological view, as I understand, is they had the prime material plane that's surrounded by four elemental planes, and it's got a positive and a negative material plane, which are associated with it. Near as I can tell, positive and negative elemental etheric planes are fairyland. The etheric realm is supposed to be all around this. You notice that during Dungeons and Dragons here, we didn't realize it, but we took a quick segue into both etheric science and current modern day CERN, talking about the Higgs boson field. The etheric science states that ether was the previously proposed infinitely elastic, all permeable membrane previously believed to be used for the propagation of electromagnetic waves. It went on into spiritualism and straight up dimensional physics, and I think that was just a matter of instinct rather than reason. For the same reason that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle believes in fairyland. Once you eliminate the possible, as Sherlock Holmes would say. When we've got, let's say, something close to Vedic lore, we've got chakras. The chakras seem to be described as discs or spinning wheels. That sounds suspiciously like somebody's dimensionally observing a field activity, or feeling it, more to the point. If you've got these different chakra points and they're actually relating to something that's dimensionally real and has something to do with actual space-time collapsing, that means that space-time in the etheric sense is a lot closer to dream space-time, which is precisely why the Aborigine bush people would go on walkabouts. That's dream space-time, means we don't understand what space-time is. It means our concepts about having a three-dimensional time and having, or even matter being simply composed of a concentrated matrix of space-time means this is concentrated dream. What dreams are around it that aren't concentrated? Where's the dark matter? Is the dark matter making up an elemental plane, an etheric plane, a positive material plane, a negative material plane? And if you have a bunch of etheric planes, you can segue into another cosmology, again having to do with nothing real, but sounding suspiciously like, I don't know, the 9 worlds of the Norse mythology, which might just correspond to the 9 different parts of the Egyptian soul. And let's face it, there is a heart chakra for at least one part of the Egyptian soul. But in Warhammer, there are 4 chaos gods. They're composed of the 4 elements. We've got Blood God Karn for fire. We've got Tzinch, the Lord of Change, for air. We've got Nurgle, which, again, Sumerian. Nurgle. So sure. Totally not Egyptian. He's supposed to be the Lord of Decay, or the will to resist decay. I'm not going to get into the semantics of it. Slaanesh is supposed to be the Lord of Ecstasy, or the will to sense and feel. Again, water as opposed to earth. We go to an earth chakra, we seem to be dealing with Midgard. We go to a Muspelheim, we've got a fire chakra, or we've got a realm of flame. What if the realm of flame with Surtur as its ruler is only seen through one aspect of the material plane, namely the negative material plane? That would be a Chthonian prospect in the Greek sense. And again, they've got something of a Jungian archetype, collective unconscious, pantheism. You know, in the Greek, it's Zeus. And Wednesday becomes, in the Norse, Odin, the Allfather, the penis wisdom victory guy. Yig? Anyway, it strikes me that if these are credulous cases, what if George MacDonald and G.K. Chesterton were right about morific eucatastrophe? Well, although eucatastrophe is obviously Clive Staples Lewis. But what if it has to do with one's spirituality going into a not merely hallucinogenic, let's say psychomorphic place, be it dream or not, be it a question of uncollapsed, complex numbered or imaginary space-time, being that it's multidimensional by its implicit, intrinsic, I guess, inferences, for lack of a stronger parallel. Anyway, let me just let that rest there and get back to me